If you are a B2B service-based business owner and you are looking to gain more clients, create more impact and more revenue in your business, tune in to Amplify Your Marketing Message with Campbell Rapin. Every week, we're going to take you through how to build an audience of buyers, mastering your marketing message, and making offers that convert consistently. We'll see you all on the inside. Welcome back, my friends. You have heard me say this before because it is so important you understand. Your business will be built on strangers. Even if you come into your business with a lot of reputation and influence in an industry, at some point in the journey, that pipeline of known contacts dries up. And in order to create a client growth engine, you must always be finding more people, more ways, more often to talk to, because it is going to be the lifeblood of your enduring success. And so we're really blessed in our current time and place because we have access to audiences through social media channels. And whether you are playing on TikTok or Instagram or Pinterest or YouTube or LinkedIn or Facebook or whatever new platform is going to make it this season's favorite crush for B2B business owners, the truth is you have to be discerning when it comes to connecting, because not all connections are equal. And there are different reasons why you would connect with somebody new. However, never lose sight of the fact that your number one priority is to find and identify your next buyer. That is the most important thing, because money is only going to move hands when you have the right buyer and you have the right offer and you make a match. And so when I'm coaching my clients to expand their influence, to make friends with strangers, I give them this guidance. Today, I want to take you through 5 key questions you should be asking before you either initiate or accept an invitation to connect on a social media platform. These are my best practices. So yes, there will be different opinions in the marketplace, but I am guiding you here on Amplify Your Marketing Message to find your next buyer consistently, frequently, and profitably. And so take this in that vein of interest. So let's dive in. The first thing that you should be looking for when you are making friends with strangers is that there is a common or shared interest. And again, this is why this piece of understand who your buyer is so critical. That connection doesn't just have to be business. It could be that you share geography. It could be that you share a passion for a particular sport or hobby or interest. But you need to remember the golden adage that people do business with people. And so finding some place of common ground makes moving people from curious to getting to know you to being a strategic partner or even a client is key. If you honestly have nothing in common with somebody, it's not a valuable connection for your business immediate growth. And that's the lens we're looking at in today's episode. So the first thing is find common ground. There are a million reasons why your opinions may differ, but you have to start with a place of commonality, because like attracts like. Like moves faster with trust when you have an established connection. And there's a lot of different ways you can do that, but that's the first piece of the puzzle. The second piece of the puzzle, when you are looking to create movement, because movement is the precursor to building momentum, and relationship depth is truly a huge competitive advantage, you need to look for the second thing, which is, do they support your objective or your future career or business aspirations? And that means that you are looking for people who have the right role, the right seniority, the potential to mentor, the potential to educate, the potential to influence, and here's the kicker, the potential to open doors of opportunity. Because one of the most frequent mistakes I see people make when they are networking is that they expect an immediate win. And for most, that win is, I want you to be my client. And of course, we celebrate unicorns when they become clients immediately. However, that's not the norm. We are looking for a supporter, an advocate, somebody who moves us forward. So you need to look at this person's background, their posts, their content, who they're connected to, and say, does this move me closer to my goal? Or does it make me stand still? Or does it, in fact, make me move backwards? This is an important role to play because we're looking to create forward-looking movement. Number 3 is important. It's critical that you're talking to people who are talking. This sounds really obvious, but honestly, I see a lot of people go for dead weight and think that it's a volume game. If you've been around a nanosecond, you know I don't buy into that. One conversation with the right person, with the right offer, leads to immediate door opening and a new client. But you need to be looking at number 3, do they take their brand, what they stand for, and their engagement seriously? You want to look for somebody who has a professional profile, especially if you're looking for professional colleagues, peers, and people who open doors. You want to look that they're engaging in a substantive way. What I mean by that is not just likes and comments, not just automated bots of the same comment on the last 20 posts. You want to look that they're showing up with substance, which means a human-powered connection. Because truthfully, you can spot the bots and the AI-generated content a mile a minute right now. And yes, it will get better. And yes, that's a way to automate. But again, remember, people do business with people. And if you're not sure you're talking to a person, it may not be my recommendation as the first point of contact to really spend a lot of time. You want somebody who's engaging. You want to have influence of a circle that is moving. And sometimes that is something you have to spend time researching. I would rather you make 3 great connections who have common shared interests, have support in your future goals, and an opportunity to bring influence and mentorship, and they take their brand seriously, than you simply getting out of bed today to say, well, my coach or my best practice or some random stranger on the internet said, I need to make 20 connections today. I know what gets me better results. How about you? So take the time. And that means, equally true, that you need to be thinking, do I show up that way? Because when someone connects to me, I want to be sure that they're connecting to me because I'm moving, and I want to be sure I'm connecting to them because they're moving, because the rising tide lifts all boats. So beware. Are you somebody people want to partner with, connect with, open doors with, share commonalities with, and engage with? So keep moving here. Number 4 is, could this lead, this individual who I am currently a stranger with, lead to new opportunities? And that's a critical thinking moment for you. You need to be reflecting. Could they help you generate sales? Could they help you with introductions? Could they help you with partnerships? Because finding advocates who think well of you as a human first, and then as a powerful business partner second, can create momentum at a faster rate than you can do on your own. That's what leverage is all about. And connecting to other people is about leverage. And that means efficiency of time. I don't want you spending hours and hours and hours, and I mean hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of hours every week on wasted exercises. I said, slow it down and make the right connections. But you want to be thinking future potential in this conversation. Number 5, the question is, has this person, if they're the outbound initiator to you, so they've come into your DMs, they've sent a LinkedIn message, they've somehow initiated contact to you, you want to ask this question: have they engaged with my content before the request is received? And I don't mean they show up on your radar like a blip and they vomit it all over your social media and they have 7 engagements and then a post that says, hey, do you want to buy my stuff? Next, if that's the case. But you want to be looking at somebody who is really, truly taking the time to get to know you. And you want to look at the context of their engagement. Is it just a like? Is it a thoughtful comment? Because I will advocate for anybody who's selling a high ticket item or anybody who's engaging in a consultative business model. Likes and followers don't matter. And truthfully, with the changes in the FTC regulations, a lot of that bot follower traffic or a lot of those automated follow trains are going to get you into hot water and could be leading to some very expensive fines. So you want to be thinking, has this person had meaningful engagement with me up until now? Is there context for the reason they're asking to elevate a stranger into a first contact? And what will this do for the power of my network? So I've given you here 5 things. I want to recap what they are. If you are wanting to make friends with strangers, which is highly encouraged if you want to see long-term business success, here are 5 questions that you should be evaluating when you are connecting with strangers on a social media platform. Do you have a common or shared objective? Does connecting with them support your future career or business goals? You're looking for somebody who's a step ahead of you in your own development. Do they take their brand and engagement seriously so that you know you're partnering with somebody who is going to be a good reflection and asset to your business? You're looking for the lead to open new conversations, new doors, new sales, new partnerships, and new strategic partnerships. And number 5, has this person engaged with my content before? What is the context and value of this individual? Noting here, we're talking a lot about the inbound because truthfully, if you are active on social media like I am, I get a lot of people pinging into let's connect because they want to ride my rocket ship as my business continues to accelerate. But I want you for a moment to flip this around. What about you outbound? Are you disciplined about making friends with strangers? Because if you are not, and that is an uncomfortable question, wake up. I have a challenge in my current business right now. I'm running a sales sprint. I'm paying my coach to run me through a sales sprint. And one of the most important things we're doing every single day is outbound conversations. We're calling our leads. We're expanding our network. We're reconnecting with strategic partners. And outbound is an critical part of your long-term success because you must be the initiator. You must have the leadership to grow your business, not just wait for it to fall from the sky. So when I'm outbounding and looking for people, my preferred platform is LinkedIn. So if you're not connected with me on LinkedIn, come find me. You can find me under my name, Christine Campbell Rapin, connect to me. But I'm looking for, do we have a common interest? I'm looking for, can I support you or could you support my future plans? I am asking, do you have interest? Is your picture current? Does your content show a post recently? And if you haven't been on your social media platform in 9 months or longer, I move on. I want to know that you're showing up with thoughtful comments. And truthfully, I do not rate equally AI generated content versus human content. Every single piece of content I put out there in today's world, whether this is the podcast, whether it is on my social media platforms, whether it is on my email newsletter, 100% of it is generated by me, which means, yes, if you see typos in my content, hello, it's me moving faster than my brain and my keyboard work in sync. But you are sure it's me. And that's critical for who I am as a brand, who I am as an individual, and who I am as a mentor. I'm always thinking about, why do I want to connect with you? Could this lead to something? What do I want it to lead to? I have to have an intent to connect, to add value. And I'm looking at always engaging first before I send a random connection. And every single time I send a connection request, unless I'm moving faster than I should be, I always take time to do a personal note, which means I do pay for an elevated type of platform. I'm on LinkedIn. I have Navigator. I'm thinking, we met at this event. You said this. I said that. I'm giving a real context to standing out from the crowd. And guess what? The vast majority of my initiated contacts get accepted. And often, if I initiate a contact and somebody misses it, it's because maybe LinkedIn isn't their number one platform. But 3 months later, when they get back into LinkedIn, they're like, oh my God, Christine, I missed this message, but I remember you. You want to be the person that's remembered. And you want to be remembered because you came to the table human, engaged, and intentional with what you want out of this relationship. Because let me remind you, our number one goal, if you want to amplify your message, you want to create consistent client growth in your business, we focus on two things. We focus on making offers to our next buyer, and initiating social media content is finding somebody to buy our connection, to buy our value as a partner in a linked way. And number two, I'm also looking for movement. I want to find somebody who can either be or influence or connect me to my next buyer. Everything else I do, I don't connect for the random sake of connecting. I always have a thought behind it, and you should too, because our business is built on stranger. And yes, we don't always know where a partnership goes, but that is why after you connect, have a game plan. It is only valuable if you have a lead, which is a new connection request, that you do something with it. And the rate at which a new connection or a new lead ages is so rapid. I read a stat somewhere, and take this with a slight grain of salt, but the near and far is really accurate. If you do not respond to a voicemail or text message from a potential buyer or email within 60 seconds to an hour, you might as well have lost and never had that opportunity to start with. Because people are in an instant gratification world. If you do not accept it now, they're going to find somebody else to move their business forward, because while you are interesting, so is someone else. And that means you have to have a system in place. And yes, it's not always practical to be that responsive if it's you who are doing all of the pieces of the puzzle behind the scene, but you could have team support that. And you can automate some of it as long as you don't leave it in the automation path. You could say, hey, thanks for the message. We'll get back to you within 24 hours. And someone in your human team reaches out within 24 hours, say, let's talk about something. Remember that the fastest path to cash is conversation. The whole point of social, the whole point of connecting with strangers is conversation. Business can be elegantly simple. But remember, your business is built on strangers. Here's 5 questions to help you do this better, and have a game plan, not only for the first contact, but for the many, because it only will make a difference to your bottom line if you move a stranger to somebody you want to work with, collaborate with, and create results with. Because the only thing that matters, the only value that's created, is result orientated. Everything else is a nice to have. And the nice to have likable expert doesn't get you paid. And our goal is to get paid, to get results, and to be valuable and have social influence in our networks. I am Christine Campbell Rapin. I invited you to come connect with me on LinkedIn, and I'm here to help you grow your business. I want you to see consistent leads. I want you to see leads that you can convert because you know how to sell. And I want you to deliver first-class results to the people who've said yes to you. If you are not sure how to create a client growth engine, your immediate next step is to connect to me and say, how do I do this better? Because doing this great and learning to get better every single day is a non-negotiable. The fastest path to doing that is to come ask me how I can support you on that journey. ChristineCampbellRapin.com is where you find me. I can't wait to connect and help you accelerate the growth of your business. I will see you on the inside. That's a wrap on another amazing episode of Amplify Your Marketing Message with me, your host, Christine Campbell Rapin. Be sure to subscribe on your favorite podcast platform so you don't miss another great episode. And be sure to visit ChristineCampbellRapin.com/podcast to get a free resource on how to master your marketing message. We'll see you all on our next